this is a city that is relatively, comparatively affordable
Yes.
with the resources that are there. And who has access and how they're made accessible. I know there's a lot of issues there, but I'm just saying, you know, to have that roof and the food in your mouth and to balance work, whatever that may be, and your artistry, to me, that's much more of an asset here than other places.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Me too,
I would agree
especially
with that.
the
Because
comparison.
New York is extremely expensive
Yeah.
for no reason.
And a lot of people will tell me, you know, oh, living wage though is higher. So, you know, your wages are higher in New York because it's about cost of living. But in my experience, as somebody who was offered a job with an organization that I would love to work for, I heard that what they could put on the table, they had the same issue as nonprofit arts administrative places everywhere. And I was like, I cannot live on that. You're asking me to work 40 hours a week, and there's no way I could live on that, but what quality of life would I have? And then what could I, as an artist outside of being an administrator, do? I mean, a big choice of my staying here was, you know, the resources and the fact that there is a community that wants to have this conversation. It's not necessarily as self-serving. I hesitate to say that too, but I also find that in some other cities.
No, that's great. So just looking at the list, and I know we all have greater lists, but these are just kind of key things that I pulled out. Just for us.
What you're talking about?
Yes, please, please, chime in. Yes. So we did. No, I love it. Hey, love, how'd the show go on Friday? I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, it's crazy.
I know
It's great.
Everybody didn't know who you are. Can you say who you are?
Yeah.
I'm Michelle Antoinette, aka Love the Poet, and I just did my first one-woman play on Friday.
Nice. Congratulations.
Cross country.
Yay.
So what we did, love, we made a list of the assets. We wanted to start an assessment, but to start with, what are the good things that we have to bring as a Baltimore arts community, either as an individual or things that we notice about the arts community. Do you want to just chime in a couple just off the top of your head?
Sure. I think a couple of the great things in my area of the arts community is the poetry community, mainly. And I think one of the greatest things that we have, especially going on right now, is everybody is having the sense of we need to get this thing stopped. Because our community is underground. And people respect it, but they kind of like, I'm not sure exactly how to enter into this. We have something going on almost every night of the week. And then there's this divide between kind of like the performance poetry scene and then the literary scene. But what's happening right now is you have organizations like Poetry in Baltimore, which is more of like a literary with Julie Fisher, and us getting together for this Litmore project that's about to happen. And they have a building in Mount Washington. So we all, have gotten together and met about that. We just, Rebecca Ducash has put together a host retreat so that all the hosts can get together, and we're going to do it kind of like quarterly. And so what we're trying to do now is to bring it above and figure out how we can use all of our outside resources, what we all do outside of just being on the poetry scene, to bring more awareness to what it is that we do. I think that there are great strides being made across the board. Having sat on the Mark Steiner show and did the whole talk about the gentrification issue and things like that, and there's great strides with people trying to blend mediums right now. Like I just got done doing the Akimbo Dance Festival with Vincent yesterday, and he's a dancer. And we did the music, we did the poetry, we did the dance, we did, we brought in Kevin Brown. We were at Station North Arts Cafe. He did some reading. I think in this city right now, with something like the Akimbo Dance Festival happening, I think there is a great call for, like, it's just a season for people to get together and let it be known that this city is a very substantial art space, period. I know, and what we joke in our community about how people practice in their mirror for 5 years and then come outside. And, because it's like, it's difficult. We deal with and that's kind of a difference between New York and Baltimore. It's like, as a poet in New York, if I get up on stage and talk about flowers and purple skies, people are going to clap for me. If I say that here, people are going to likely boo me. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what are you doing? It's so hard to get people in this city who are trying to meet their basic needs, most of them, to even want to look into art. What is that beyond?